Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. Let's take a look at the charts. I'll start with the big picture, and that is that several weeks ago, this Friday, 4 weeks, we settled above the 339.00 2-year or nearly 2-year channel top. And having done so, we entered a long-term buy signal anticipating 414.49 as a 2 to 3 month or sooner objective. And I mentioned the conditions necessary for sooner. We met them just a few days ago, and I'll show that. Longer term, though, over the next 5 to 8 months, 3 to 5 months, 2 to 3 months, hard to say. 501.54 is our ultimate objective on this buy signal above 339 even. That has remained in effect for the last better part of a month. Now, after closing above 339 even, we did slip back below that structure during the week on an intra-week basis, but we then managed to close each and every week above it, thus maintaining the integrity of a long-term buy signal on the weekly chart. 414.49 is expected as our initial target. And, it really was the settlement a couple of days ago, last Friday actually, above the 385.41 channel top, a formation we did slip below on Monday, but did close above. It was the settlement above it last Friday that has placed 414.49 in reach. As I've been mentioning, is it going to be within the day? Within a day? Is it going to be within 3 to 5 days? There is an extreme channel top at 402.07 that I still have as an intraday resistance, and so really it is 385.41 that you can see far right, able to contain session weakness quite possibly through the rest of the week, and above which over the next 1 to 3 days, kind of guessing, we should see that 414.49 November 21 all-time high. And in fact, upside today, 402.07, while it can contain intraday buying pressures and is a tradable level, I would rather you sell it after having gone long in the 385.41 region than selling it and shorting it outright. Scaling out of a long position perhaps, and I'm talking to day traders and 1 to 3 day swing traders who may be long above 385.41. 385.41 is also backed up by a steeper rising channel bottom today at 384.44. So this is less than a 1 point range to buy into, and above which bullish momentum remains intact into later week, expecting 414.49 over the next 1 to 3 days, where we can top out. Double tops are very common in just about any market, so there's going to be sellers eagerly awaiting 414.49, whether they've been long for a period of time and now are taking profits or are selling it outright to play the short side perhaps. I don't see, now it's certainly possible, it is possible that we could top out at 414.49 into January trade, and from there fall back to 339 even within 3 to 5 weeks. That's obviously a possibility, but I think that the structure above 339 even carries with it sort of a pent-up demand that should follow through now to 501.54. I see 414.49 is just sort of a hesitation point on the way up to 501.54. And so closing above 414.49, I consider an eventuality, probably sooner than later. And if so, I would expect 435.02 within a matter of 3 to 5 days, realistically, 458.32 within a matter of 2 to 3 weeks. And if we do close above 414.49 in the coming days, I do see that 501.54 likely within about 2 to 3 months, where we could top out on a quarterly, possibly well into 2025 basis. Let's go back to kind of the downside here. You've got 385.41 that is backed up by 384.44. And if we do, let's go with the scenario of breaking or opening below 384.44. Realistically, 358.74 in reach today. That is like a 3-week channel bottom in its own right. But I do think that if we close back below 384.44, also obviously below 385.41, that is a buy signal failure. Closing back below that structure is in itself a valid sign of weakness. The two combined, 384.44, closing below it, not only expecting 358.74. Let's just call that within a day or two. But as I just mentioned, quite possibly today, if we break, especially if we open today below 384.44, 358.74 is likely. But if we do close below this convergent area right now at 384.44 to 85.41 today, if we close below 384.44 today, I do see the market likely to give much of the rally back that's transpired over the last 4 or 5 days. We should fall back into, there's just a wide zone here. You see 339 even to 346.03. 346.03 is a newly formed, like a 1 month channel bottom, a 4-week channel bottom at 346.03. You can see lower right, I have that as a weekly support level. 339 even is, of course, a 4-star multi-week support level because it is that nearly 2-year channel top. And 333.03, far lower right here, is a rising channel top on the weekly chart. And this area is your zone. 333.03 to 339 even, if given the opportunity to buy it, is a solid area to buy into through the first quarter of 25, because above which we are expecting 501.54 in the coming months. And once again, if we were to close today below 384.44, we could fall, I don't know, all the way back into the low 330s. I'm going to give some respect anyway to the 346.03 channel bottom. This is a classic situation scenario where 346.03 obviously precedes the much more significant 339 level down to 333.03. And so, I've seen it a million times, and you probably have too, where you fall just short of your significant support. And 346.03 could certainly be that agent that would actually disallow, if you will, a test of 339 even. We could bottom out at 346.03 actually through the month of January, perhaps. It is long-term support. And I do think it is, you should at least allow for its possibility. In other words, if we close today below 384.44, and if your time frame is, 3 to 5 days into later next week, I would not want to still be long Tesla unless you want to ride this thing all the way back into, the mid 340s, potentially the lower 330s, before the market then recoups and rallies presumably then through January trade. This is all a moot point if we obviously close today above 414.49, which is not likely, but 414.49 once again expected over the next 1 to 3 days above 385.41. If we push today above 402.07, I think you can expect 414.49 today. Yes. And if we do close today above 414.49, that is your next opportunity to go long on strength rather than weakness. And I've already outlined those objectives and their time horizons earlier in the video. I'm going to leave it at that. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. We offer 2 stock picks a week. Last week was Okta and Roku. They're all still very valid and relevant. Daily Triple Q, daily SPY analysis, weekly Apple stock analysis. I could go on and on. I'm going to leave it at that. I will be back tomorrow with Wednesday's Tesla report. You have a great evening.